All right. Welcome, everybody. Let's just do that. I like to put John first. But first and foremost, it's 7 p.m. on the East Coast, so we're here live with Liberty Aid Academy founder John McCaig, talking everything trusts. And tonight, a little extra on the trust credit, because I did read an article today that over the weekend, since Trick or Treat, I guess the banks went around. Listen to this one. I don't know if you read this, John, but the banks got an infusion from the Fed of $125 billion. The Fed printed up $125 billion and sprinkled it around the banks so that they can ease their liquidity pressure. And what that means is the banks are going to start loaning that out so they can make more money and all this kind of. I mean, that's basically what banks do, right? They just want to take the money and loan it out and then collect the fees and all this kind of stuff. But $125 billion is pretty big chunk of change to come out over the last 5 days. And so that helicopter money and the banks having liquidity and the Fed making moves is everything that you've talked about before. So that's why I picked trust credit as the topic. One of usually a fan favorite for everybody. But what are your thoughts on the 125? Let me double check that number, but I think it was 125 billion in 5 days.
It's the sums of money they talk about are just staggering. And they just throw them around like it's normal. Like 125 billion is really a number that you can't even get your head around. But they operate in the trillions. It's
right.
They're running such a crazy, weird Ponzi scheme that's obviously beginning to unravel. It has unraveling moments, but
right.
I just bring up their favorite scientist character, Albert Einstein, who was asked, "What's the most powerful force in the universe?" And he said,
compound interest.
Compound interest, yeah. So what's happening by design, by plan, that they know the Ponzi scheme's starting to have some issues. And so outliers are going to have more issues. Like you talk about liquidity. We're with the dollars right here where they print them. Think about it in all the other countries that are, out there further away that want dollars, that need dollars and all that stuff. They're going to have liquidity trouble before we do here. We can just print our way out of just more dollars. So it's starting. I just think it has to start to unravel. Basically, 125 billion. When you talk about the AI race, that's a small number of companies building up the stock market and making cash flow out there in the economy that's totally not real. For what purpose? I don't even, for ChatGPT that basically can't even answer a question except for this is what, like, it does exactly what Google does. I'm pretty much. Maybe it can do some other things, but if it tries to write a paper, it's completely sounds like a child who hasn't been to, like, okay, you got a lot of D's in English class. Okay, great. That's what, you can't even use this stuff. You have to rework everything. I don't see how what they have is useful. And they're trillions of dollars. Like this company here, NVIDIA, we're worth so much money because, hey, we have all these contracts out there to build these ships. Oh, with who? And then you go, with them. Well, how do they pay for them? Oh, they pay for it with stock to us. And it's like you just make a circle of people paying with stock for future revenue. It's like y'all aren't actually doing much except for paying each other. And that's like there's no end user revenue base that's occurring. This is just a Ponzi scheme. It's like how many subscribers do you have to ChatGPT? Because like no one, basically, I don't know, 5. It's not like it sucks. Okay, maybe the better model is better, but it's not you know, how are they getting the valuation on the stock market in the trillions of it? It's like, where's the revenue to support that? Where's the future? It doesn't make any sense at all. It's totally like, uh, you know, the .com thing when it was like, oh, we're party like 1999. Okay, we're right around 2000. The internet's going to change everything. Nobody's going to have to work anymore. It's like this. You guys are reusing the same exact script for the internet. You definitely could. Oh, well, no, we say AI now. We don't say internet. Oh,
Right.
that's huge difference. Like, and it's
Yeah.
the same exact Ponzi scheme. And so you've got that running and the stock market keeping valuations high. And then you got what you say, okay, let's just, let print more dollars and we're having liquidity. So we'll just send more dollars to whoever needs them. That's the plan always. But then everything starts to spiral out of control that how much everything costs.
Hmm.
And it's like, well, let's just raise the interest rate to keep the cost down for 5 seconds for real estate. Well, where's it going to go? It's going to go to the moon again. Like, how can it not?
Yeah.
Just make more dollars, make more dollars, make more dollars, make more dollars. And they get like almost all of them themselves. They're making more dollars in the Ponzi scheme and they're giving them to each other in the
Right.
AI thing. And the stock market is like, that's not real. And they're like, well, the money's getting to us and that's real. It's like, yeah, but that's you're just overly greedy and you're not getting anything for your country, for revenue, like for clients, for businesses. Like, who are you serving? Oh, you're doing great over there. We love your product. Nobody. I don't see like what the big deal is over it at all.
Yeah.
I'm 15 years for online professional only entrepreneur online professional. That's the only work I've done. I don't know if you ever meet anyone else in your lifetime that can say what I just said. Anyone at this age, 15 years,
Right.
only work. Who's done that? Nah, I don't know. I've never met anyone. But I have done that. So I'm in the business. I do know something about what I'm talking about. So I just don't see any benefit in my business at all, period. So
Right.
I don't know. It's just the whole thing you could see is basically you're bringing up one point, all this money. It's like, but then you think the whole thing is such a ridiculous, hopeless scam. They're going to go, quantitative easing.
Right.
Just okay. What does that mean? The Fed is going to buy stocks and real estate themselves. What's a hedge fund? A hedge fund is the in God we trust collecting taxes. None of that goes to the government, right? It collects taxes and it collects so much money. It's a mountain. That's who's got all the cash. Is the in God we trust for the cash. They're sucking the cash out of the system all the time. And what they do is they take that cash and they make hedge funds, right? Fence funds to keep you slaves in. We're going to fence you slaves in with our money and make hedges like hedgerows and keep you livestock in. Keep you watching Chat GPT, keep you watching all this stupid nonsense. Oh, we have great people here.
Oh yeah, plenty of people pouring in the room. I didn't want to stop your roll there.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good. It's good, and it's true. And on a simple note, it's like if you got a credit card and ran it up a little bit, and then took a cash advance on your credit card to pay your credit card bill. It's just going right. I'm going to take the cash, and then I'm going to pay the credit card bill, and I'm just keep paying your credit card bill.
With one more thing additional.
Yeah.
If you yourself can raise your credit limit on your credit card without asking anyone to basically infinity. So why would you not do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you not do that? Oh, hey, I just run the card to my bank account. That'll put money in there, and there I paid the monthly minimum. It's like,
Yep.
wait, what are you? No, that's the government. That is the government. That's how no people can do that. No one can do that, but the government literally does that, and you're collecting so much in taxes, but you don't do anything with it. You give it to the trustees of the we trust who make hedge funds, who buy up everything, who we're competing with now. They've
Right.
got a mountain of cash and they're just buying all the real estate, buying all the everything and put us on the streets. Pathetic, pathetic.
They just make it more expensive, so you have to take out a bigger mortgage, so the bank makes more money, so that you have to pay for 30 years and work for 40. It's crazy.
It's pathetic.
So,
Great
but
people.
that's why you have to take their credit and move it into your private trust, and buy things that appreciate, like real estate or gold, like gold coins, like you've said in the past, and
Yeah,
take
you
care
have
of
to
yourself.
do every hack. You have to do every hack. We've got them all. They work, but you have to do everything just to keep up with, pay the bills up here and everything. I love this. Robert here.
Robert's here, going backwards. Everybody, all the usual suspects are here, but Robert Halvek, I haven't seen. Havlicek.
Have a check.
Havlicek. That's a newer name for me. I haven't seen it in a while, I guess. Thursday night sanity check-in. Hello from Long Island, New York, not far from me there. Hello. And then, of course, Pamela, Alex in the house said me too. Thank you.
The Twin
Appreciate that.
Towers of Spiritual Power, Pamela Pauletta. Love you, ladies. Thank you for being here. Jay
in the house.
Alex.
And, of course, Frank's Garage in the house.
All right.
And as always, please ask your questions live. If you have anything specific about credit, please throw it up here, and we'll get to it and address it. I guess I should also put up the banner about the YouTube, because this is where you can find the best credit information. Join that mentorship program. But yeah, credit was the topic.
We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary. You'll be open to the first trust. How about that? Was
10
it
years?
360? Yeah, 10 years. So I'll be able to do a lot more than that for 50 years. But the trust itself, almost a few months, and then it's going to be a 10-year anniversary. So people,
we're gonna have to have a party that night.
I'm not hard to find. You can look up my address on the website. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not hard to find. I'm right here. I saw the cops, last night. They just walked in front of me. They know who I am, whatever. I'm completely left alone. They know who I am. They know where I am. I'm not doing anything illegal. Neither is anyone else in the school that's been doing this for a decade. People, I'm an accountant. So I'm always looking for the loopholes. What can we do? More money in our bank account and less money going out to the government and stuff like that. That's all. That's how we feed ourselves and our family. So that's how we do it. We take advantage of what we can that's totally legal. It doesn't take much time or energy, nothing like that. What can we do that's easy to do? That's what we focus on here. Get the trust open. It's so easy. Start with that. First name, last name, trust. Boom, you got your bank account, 2 places, two separate banks. Got a debit card. Hey, everything's working. Start at your bank where you are. What? This works great. No problem whatsoever. You got 2 bank accounts just in case, one bank. Who knows what the banks are up to, right? You're always going to back up. Not that you lose money. I'm just saying, like, I have 3. I'm just saying, recommend just have 2. Who knows what they're going to do with it. So you always have a bank account with the trust. You're good to go. Debit card, money, no problem. Get like a Schwab account next, maybe, something if you got stocks, stuff like that. So then, I got accounts. I can take care of all my liquid assets. Fantastic. Oh, well, I run our business. Great. You're going to need to use a trust. No problem. Your first name, last name, trust for any business or business says. Very simple. Oh, great. Okay. Go to you already got your account open. So all you need to do, it doesn't matter where your business is. It doesn't matter. All you're going to do is change out your bank account. It's a trust bank account and your payment gateway. I use Stripe. I use PayPal. I use Shopify. Whatever it is, you change that out into the trust. It's a totally a back end thing that doesn't affect your clients whatsoever. They don't even know about it. You just don't owe the IRS a penny anymore for your business. That's it. It's like you start to go through the other things on the list here and get all the free stuff from the government. This stuff that we do here is really easy. Okay, it's not complicated. You do it step by step. First a bank account, or do this, and then you go and get your free money. After that, oh, let me get an EBT. Your person has nothing. You see what I'm saying? Once your trust is open, your person, your corporation called a person, you have no money. You don't need a bank
Right.
account. You don't have one. Okay? So there's your judgment proof because you owe nothing. Owe nothing, control everything. I'm just trustee of a trust. Da 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 da. You have nothing. So there's nothing to get from anyone ever. No one can get a penny. Whatever, the government, everybody comes by, they can't get anything. There's nothing to get. Okay. Flip side, there's nothing to get. You can get from them. You see what I'm saying? Now that person that used to be, oh my God, they're saying this corporation with my name that I got a birth certificate is me. Of course, I'm not a corporation. You're trying to, how do I get out of this? Well, with this trust, everything's in the trust. Your person, like I was saying, it has no bank account, no assets, no real estate, no title, no nothing. So qualifies for all the free government programs. Go to college for free. Go to graduate school for free, right? Have perfect credit. You have to pay on a student loan. If your person doesn't have any money, you just apply for the free program. Okay, thanks for paying. And I'll never pay it back. Your credit's still perfect. It's all your credit, but it's like, yeah, qualified to not pay. So your credit's like 800 or whatever, perfect credit. Doesn't affect it negatively whatsoever. It's like, oh, okay, you got one on your credit. Cool. And then on and on through these hacks. And they add up to enormous sum of money at the end of the year, like depending on who you are. Maybe, oh, I don't have anyone in college. Tim has got, at this point, three. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 3 college tuitions these days, like talk about a savings. You know what I'm saying? Like once you apply the list, it gets to be astronomical. And then you're like, they've been doing this the whole time, right? We're just getting the information. I figured this out. No one else is sharing it. This is copyrighted information with proof, over 100 testimonials. This is a #1 school in the USA. Okay. We have so many testimonials, more than any other school. Who cares how many people went to your school? No one cares. The outcome is what matters. 100% of the people that go here to the school in America, in Canada too. It works for everyone.
Yeah.
No IRS taxes and all the rest of the hacks. It's incredible. People have had success. No real estate taxes.
Mm-hmm.
The things that this is just, and I give exact course instructions how to do this. And I back it up too with an online forum only for the school. It's been around a number of years now, has index topics. All the questions have basically been asked. I'm in there every single day, almost nonstop, right? Hey, you go in there, hey, I'm doing this. If you search, oh, it's already been answered. Honestly, I get a whole lot less questions lately because everyone's asked a lot of good questions and we answered them. So questions still come up, but they're actually kind of not very often. It's 1 or 2.
It's hard to stump you.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's good. It's good. And people try to do that. But what happens is people in there get more to specific location things. I'm in Texas, I'm doing this. I'm in Ohio, I'm doing this. Things like that are in there that I'm not in that spot. So everything's in there. It's not just the courses, it's an ongoing, you got me and all the other students in there, wherever they are, helping you all the time too. It's incredible what you get here. It really is. It changed your life and your family's life forever.
Rain is here with the question: is it better to build credit for an LLC or the name on the LLC on the name than personal credit?
Yes, I would say a little bit on the personal credit. You need that. You need some on the personal credit, like a credit card with the biggest banks is best. Where you bank, Amex, Chase, right? Maybe Citi. Uh, I would get, you need like 5, 6 decent credit cards over on your person. And then once you get them over time, the good ones, low annual fees, high credit limits stuff, you're just going to constantly be working on getting the credit limits up over there and
Mhm.
keep your person looking clean and good and never carrying a balance. What we're going to do if you're building credit, really, credit's not very useful to me. I've blown my credit on purpose and taken the money and live fine in between. I don't need it. So, but you could use it to get a mortgage. You could use it to get horrible things like a mortgage and things like things you don't want. Yeah, I could get a really expensive car and get it for it. It's like, yeah, but then, wait, what? You don't want to do that. So then I would focus on building business credit where it's okay to carry a balance. It actually affects your business credit positively to carry high balances. And they're looking to give you more money. And the credit balances are higher, doesn't report to your person, no negative anything. So if you're talking about doing it for an LLC, yeah, you have to have a certain, your personal, looking good. But then you got to go through all the steps of building credit, which I assume they're in their coursework. I would do that, and then if you have to carry a balance, fine, you can carry it over there, no problem. Also, if you're going to, credit is mainly for building it and just destroying it, i.e., turning it by gold coins, sending them to your house, and turning it into cash and putting it in trust. Okay, whoops, another trust. Like your first name, last name trust. That's why you destroy an LLC. That's what she's asking about it. An LLC is good if you're going to wreck your credit because there are no credit cards are not going to give it. Like a trust, certain banks don't give credit to trusts and so on, which is fine. I have credit for a trust. I'm not planning to destroy my credit at this point. I've done it 3 times, once not on purpose, two on purpose. So um, I'm just saying you ultimately the main reason to build credit, in my opinion, is if there's a giant problem, hey, you need cash or whatever, you're gonna run up your credit, okay, buy gold coins, send them to your house, you can turn them into cash anytime you want. You're operating your trust, wreck your LLC, wreck your person. So what? They wipe the credit in 7 years. They can't get a penny. Even if they try and get a judgment, your person doesn't have anything. Your LLC doesn't have anything. So what if your trust does? That's a different entity. They can't get a penny.
Right.
So that's the way to view the game of credit, like Trump does. He's got a family trust. He's got all these bankruptcies out in LLCs, right? He'll build up an LLC, S corp, C corp, what have you, great credit, and then siphon the money off into your trust and siphon the assets off, and then just destroy the credit. Don't pay it. Whoop. Another bankruptcy. Whoops. Whoopsie. So you're always trying to get as much as possible. He's at a different level. Obviously, he's getting hundreds of millions, billions when he does his bankruptcy. Yes, numbers that we're not going to get lows like that. So,
Right.
we have to follow the program that we do. You could get like a couple 100,000. That's real money for a small fish.
Yeah.
Get a home. You're still getting all the free stuff that doesn't disqualify you from free college, free graduate, all the stuff. You're still getting all that, even if you wreck your credit. It doesn't affect any of the other things you're doing, not whatsoever. So you're building up that credit to, ultimately, hey, I need it. Sorry, I'm going to destroy it. So an LLC is perfect for that. It really is. So uh, that's the way to think about it. Good question.
Yep.
Thank you for that, Rita.
Robert's back. And he says, I'm hung up on whether to have a successor trustee for my first name, last name trust or multiple trustees as I'm about to set this up tomorrow. If multiple trustees, I would still control everything as the protector.
No, none of that, Robert. This is what you want to do. You're the only grantor. You're the only trustee. and then go open it up. That's the only way to do it. Don't name a successor trustee. That's it. That's it. Just go do that and only that. Don't have anyone else on your first and last name trust. If you need another trust for another purpose, say a business purpose or say a family purpose. Oh, I recommend a wife like have her first name last name trust and a husband have his first name last name trust and they have a joint family trust. That's it. You see, so you have options there. So I wouldn't have anyone on your first name and last name trust. So don't do that. Nothing about that protector stuff is right. Yeah. You can be grantor, trustee,
Well,
first name, last name trust. Keep it simple. Keep it so simple it works every time. Okay?
but what happens if lightning strikes tomorrow?
Lightning straight. I hope it does.
No,
Who
no,
you
no.
been
I'm
praying
talking
for?
about for
Who you been praying for? Yeah.
no. If Robert sets up his trust and puts his holdings in there, and then lightning strikes, who takes over the trust? If no one's there, or no one's mentioned, or there's no successor.
No successor actually shouldn't be named because this is a Christian loophole. And of course, if you're with Jesus Christ, you get eternal life, means you can't be killed. So not only does this trust get you out of taxes, but it gets you out of death too. So, and that's a fact. So yeah, don't name a successor. If you name a successor, you're saying you're not Christian. You say, I could die. The lightning can strike me. No, it can't. Accidents are a hoax. There's no accidents. Everything is predetermined and prescripted, and that's the way it is. Maybe you want my information. You have a question. That's the actual answer. So you would have never name it. So no lightning strikes. That's impossible. So good question.
Jay says he's gonna get hit by lightning while being eaten by a shark.
That's my line. Hey, I used to be a surfer and be like, aren't you? I'd be out there like whatever the hurricanes we get and stuff. They'd be like, dude, I'd be out there at night and stuff like, aren't you? I've seen sharks out there in the Atlantic before. I was up in North Carolina, mainly surfing there. So, but that was my line. I want to die. Getting hit by lightning while being eaten by a shark will be a statistic of one. My joke death, I can't do anymore. Take a bite. Joke death.
Scott's here. It says hello, and he said, "Did we start late? I don't know where you are in the world, but here we turn the clocks ahead. We changed the times last week, so if it's different for you right now, that's what happened."
We had an Easter's daylight day, and we have more to
Yeah.
our acronym to what our timing means. But
Yeah.
no, this is
We don't have to get into that one. Changing what God designed just because of some reason. Ben Franklin, right? Wasn't he the one who invented daylight savings time?
it's funny. I've lived in Arizona where they don't
They
do it.
don't change it, right? Right.
So it's funny wherever you are.
TRT's here. I told an art friend from Asheville about you being at UNC. I hope she'll tell her sister with the property project. Okay.
Property trade. Really, that's funny. I mean, I lived in Asheville a while. It used to be the town up there. Had a big impact there. It's interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
Jay stole that joke from you. That's he giving you
I
credit
know you
back.
did. I know you. I love it, Jay. Thanks, man.
It's funny you say that. I feel like I'm a walk through catastrophes that are destroying people and places around me, but I have God's shield around me. Yep. Excellent, Scott.
It's
Good
going to
for
be
you.
happening more, and it's going to be interesting because I've been doing this now, like I said, almost 10 years. And the things I see, I don't even bring them up because people like, that dude's a lunatic. I'm like, I'm just telling you what happened to me. And it sounds like I'm a lunatic, but wait until it starts happening to you, like Scott's saying, and it
Yep.
happens over and over. You're like, wait a second.
Yep. Zeus is here. While using this trust, does one have to change their citizenship status?
Nah, that's a fake thing that does not think so. No worries there. Because what is citizenship status attached to? Your person, not you, not you. It's not a status you could change for you.
Mhm.
First of all, people are not in the financial system. People run businesses. We're not businesses. A person is a corporation. LLC is a corporation. A trust is a corporation, right? A state corporation. These things have EINs, a 9-digit number, and a name. Those are corporations.
Right.
So people run them. They're not corporations. So people can't have money. People can't have a status. Corporations have status. So you're talking about the person having citizenship status. Okay,
Right.
that's our slave identification corporation, right? First name, last name, slave. Yeah. Oh, hey, here. So they tie everything to that number, that corporation. It's the way they track you and identify you financially. It's their financial system. I'm an accountant, so they gotta. Everything is based off the financial system. They track everything that way. You see, so your person gets citizenship status. You don't give up your person. You turn it into a vacuum cleaner with great status,
Right.
great credit. Great credit until whoop, super horrible credit. Thanks for the money you know. So no, there's none of that. You're flying under the radar. You're doing what the wealthy elite are doing. That's all. And you just wrecking your credit when you optimize it, where you can take the most, it affects you the least. And you're like, thanks for the gumballs, Mickey. You know, see,
Alex says it makes you a private citizen. So
uh, see, that's the thing. You mixing oil
those
and
two
water.
don't go together.
Oil and water, you know, oil and water, they're not, if you could mess them up in a word salad, see, a citizen is a status only given to a corporation called a person. So it's only that thing. So why you want to be messing up? Basically, what does citizen mean? You can get a passport. It don't mean why are you going to mess up the ability to get a passport? That's dumb. It just costs some money. They give you paperwork, and you travel. That's simple. Don't mess it up. I wouldn't bring up the word private or anything. It's just like when you get up to the Gestapo, they're like, beep, beep, in. You're like, there you go. I'm with Hitler. Totally. Hitler, yo. It's like, don't say a word. You don't say it with it. You just give him the salute, hand him the papers. And if we don't shoot you dead or send you to the gulag, hey, you're good. So you try not to get in that word salad, tax free, exactly. So you're using their little monopoly game in your favor. That's all you're doing. We didn't make the game. We're just like, I think I'll play it how you play it. Yeah, good for you.
Alex is saying you can then issue private placement securities or bonds.
Maybe if I don't have access to the stock market. I don't know what you're talking about. These things you can't really do, Alex, and they don't have any traction. Like, how can you turn that into cash or property or real estate? See, the trust is a simple mechanism. I'm not with the devil anymore. I'm with Jesus Christ. And so you give it to your God and you're watched over. You don't have to play these word salad paperwork games anymore. What this the other team respects it. They're like, oh, you sign up with okay, and they're careful because the game is real and the devil's second best around here. So that's where they're like, we're with the number 2 team. It's like you're stupid. I always go like this to them when they're like, hey, I'm like, wait, are you? What's wrong with you? Dummies. Like you keep telling so they're born to lose, you know what I'm saying? Born to lose. They're the Disney characters and they're born to lose. They get to have, hey, get all the jet skis and the cool waterfront property and all the, you know, American made cars, which yeah, well, I mean, a car's a car, has seats. I don't the stuff they have isn't really that much better than the other stuff they have. Sure, don't get it from Timu, but like get some a car you can sit inside and drive. Who cares as long as it gets you there? We're just trying to, I focus on what works, what's simple, what has no blowback, works for families. I care about the people that aren't evil. So we can't do the things we hear they can do, Alex, but we can do the things we can do. You see?
Zeus is asking about passport, driver's license. I
Yeah.
think that, yeah, you don't want to give up on any of that stuff.
That stuff
You
is
need to keep
cheap
it.
paperwork, and it's like Harry Potter cloak. You know, you go by, they're the Nazis. Hi, we're right behind you. What's up? We're going to steal everything you have. And you're like, do you have the piece of plastic where we don't steal your car? You're like, I do have that piece of plastic where you don't steal my car. It cost me like not much money. Come on. Don't want them stealing your stuff, you know? We're just trying to operate out there, play the important numbers, get your credit up, get a couple hundred, we're talking a couple $100,000, not like a ticket or paying your insurance or a driver's license fee. Pay those things. Take a giant sum of money and pay the rest of their stuff. So creditors are going to call a phone number you change. So what? Whatever. Who cares? Thanks for the money.
Cruising for Christ says, do you need an EIN number if one creates an automobile trust, placing vehicles in that trust?
Yes, you do, because you're going to make a transaction. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm going to buy that car. Hey, great. You got the title of that car. Oh, I sold it. Well, where's the money going to go? Like somebody here. Okay. It's in da 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 trust. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm going to buy it. How do I make the check out to? Oh, da 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 trust. Okay. Because that's who owns it. That's on the title. So, okay. You have a bank account for it. They give you a check. They bought the car. You sold it. And now you got a check. You don't have the car anymore. Go down to the bank, put it in. You get your money. See what I'm saying? So plus a car doesn't have much value. So first name, last name, trust, put it in that one. Who cares? Just doesn't have much money. You can put it in another trust, but why bother? You know, cars don't have value. And if they do, what are you doing? You like, you have money for toys. Okay, good for you. But you know, pay the stuff. Don't have too many toys. Get the toys you can afford.
Now, if it, let's just say, you know, I know you said accidents don't happen, but something goes wrong, and there's somebody gets in your way, and there's a car accident, and that car is in the same trust that you have your house or 4 other cars or other stuff. People are going to try and come after that car
It's
owner.
impossible. It's impossible, honestly. Accidents aren't real. Like God is real and accidents are fake. Karma
Okay,
is real.
but
Karma
the
is
devil puts those two bumpers together. Then what happens?
Nope, because we're not under that authority no more. So it never happens. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's impossible. I remember this one night. I was a young woman was working for me at Liberty Academy, doing like a whole bunch of back end stuff when I was building the company and stuff. And she had her car to trust, and we were sitting at a light, taking a left turn. There's 3 lanes on either side, and it was late at night, and these two not it was dark. It wasn't late at night. It was dark. 2 older people, like I would say in their 80s, were crossing the street slowly in dark, and the speed limit is like 50 through there. They across 3 lanes. There wasn't much traffic, but a ambulance with lights on was coming right at them,
Yeah.
and me and her are watching, and they're gonna die because they can't move, and they're right in the middle of the 3 lanes, and it's in the middle lane. And so I said, "Watch this." And I pray for them right then, and they went to either side of the car instantly and didn't die. They were untouched, and they were
Wow.
standing right in front of this one of the giant ambulances. We watched it happen. So no, 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 no. It's actually we're told accidents are real. We see car wrecks. There are car wrecks. I'm not saying there are. Of course, there are. There are things that happen to people, but they are karma related. We're watched over by God now. All the things that I could go through, I can't be killed. The cops have tried to murder me. They can't pull a gun on me. They have tried to do that. They have tried to put chains on me in the courtroom. They're frozen solid. Uh, I've seen judges and prosecutors rendered mute, so they cannot speak in the courtroom against me. They literally don't even know where they are or anything, and they're just dazed and can't say a word. I've seen so many miracles in front of me in different countries. When I went to India and stayed there, there was around the clock guard at my door with machine guns nonstop with the army, with the Indian regular army at my door every day, round the clock shifts. And they just say nothing like, oh, hi, hi, hi. No, it's incredible how we're watched over, and it's supernatural. This is siding with Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. You go side with God and nothing happens. No, it's what I'm talking about is real. I do usually don't go into this stuff because people are like, wait, that's impossible. No, actually, uh, no, I'm the one with the testimonials here and the proof and the stuff that everyone's happens to and the miracles. Can't get out of death and taxes. That's what this says. Look up where that saying comes from. Benjamin Franklin plagiarized that from a book about the devil written by the guy that wrote the second best-selling book of all time, second to the Bible, wrote about the devil. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Can't get out of death and taxes. Well, that's my adversary, the devil. You can't if you're working for the devil, you can't get out of death and taxes. Not over there, but it's in the Bible, eternal life. What you're saying your God's a moron and doesn't know what those two words put together means, and you're an idiot. No, it's true. And I've experienced that. I just don't speak about that much. I usually speak about that kind of the spiritual side of things over on Jesus Christ Trust on Net, which is a church. This is a Christian hack. I'm an accountant, but it comes from a church. It comes as a spiritual thing. The in God we trust, the government of the United States worships the devil. If you don't know that, you haven't been to court enough, you haven't interacted with them enough. The lawyers and the people who work for the state, for the county, have told me to my face they work for the devil. I know they do. I've seen them. They even have one of our trustees here who runs one of the trusts had to go to court recently, and they actually just in front of him prayed before they start court for the day. They prayed to the devil. West Virginia. So
Mm.
they do. They just do. Because they know he knows, so they just do it openly. That's just who they are. They're not even human. They're fallen angels. They're not humans. So we're playing this spiritual game. Sign with God, and you're okay. Your finances are okay. Your children are okay. Your soul is okay. Accidents won't befall you. All these miracles are then on your side. I'm not shying away from answering the truth as I've
Right.
experienced and witnessed it. So I'm glad you bring this up. But this is stuff I don't usually go into unless someone brings up, and then it's so simple to answer. It's like, well, that's who you sign up with. It's in the book. It's simple. But if you want more detail about what the meaning of eternal life is, people don't actually know what it means. Check out my stuff that I said, Jesus Christ Trust on that, and so on. So, okay.
We've got a testimonial about that. Jay says it's 100% impossible. It happened to me Memorial Day at about midnight. For some odd reason, I hesitated before going through the green light that just changed, and a car went through right in front of him, I guess, and went through the red light, and he was spared.
It's a crazy thing to actually have been signed up with this thing for almost a decade now, because these experiences happen. And just like the other team, and you watch The Matrix, the devil takes over, and anyone that was, you're now God's property. So
Mhm.
if you need to not push your foot on the pedal or turn like this or whatever you need to do, that will happen through your body. It will. And that's what Jay is saying. I don't know. I had this thought to do. Well, You don't create thoughts, and neither do I. So God tells us the right thing to do. We do it. That's it. It's very simple. It's easy, actually.
Um, it sounds like divine intervention. This one was first. I feel like this life is a cross between the series of Supernatural and the movie They Live. Evil is real.
I I agree. I agree 100%. I 100% agree. That's a great way to put it. It's so true. That's why you need these hacks. It's like easy over there, fun, angel, creepy. What the heck? Totally.
Raina's asking why personal bankruptcy is bad, but business bankruptcy is good.
Basically, you're
What's the
not going
difference?
to qualify for bankruptcy ever. That's not going to happen unless you get a lawyer to set it up for you ahead of time. But what
Right.
they do, basically, in bankruptcy laws in most states is you basically have to pay off the judge to get a bankruptcy if you do what I did.
Mhm.
That's what the rich people do. We don't get to do that. So bankruptcy is sort of off the table because they have rules usually in each state against, hey, if you charge your credit cards all up at the last second, you're not going to qualify for bankruptcy. Well, of course you're going to do that. Why would it?
Right.
That's the whole point of the thing. They'll take all your money. So a bankruptcy is not going to shorten the clock on the credit reset or nothing like that. And it's going to set up sort of a hurdle there anyway. It's easier to get other creditors off. And we have that information on how to work on those creditors. So it's not that bankruptcy is bad. It's like, okay, just throw all the rocks in one basket and get it done. Nah, they're going to say, well, did you? Because I've gone through these questions with lawyers like, wait a second, you charged all, but yeah, of course I did. Yeah, I was trying to get all the money at the end. Yeah, I'm like, what? Of
Right.
course. Yeah, like, hey, you're my lawyer. I wasn't pulling those shots or nothing. I'd be like, yeah, I just ran up all my credit cards. I was trying to get as much money as possible. I did and like, I'm not going to bring that in front of the judge. I can't do that. We have rules. Oh, okay. So bankruptcy is sort of off the table, pretty much, Rita, like that. Good question. Good question. That's why I'm saying just accept the blowback, 7 years, whatever, or work on your credit like I show out to.
Zeus is saying, I was actually part of a car accident like the one you mentioned with the 80-year-olds. I don't often mention it. As it not to sound crazy, you're such a godsend.
Thank
Hmm.
you. Here's the thing. We're all God set. We're all set by God. Okay. I won the human race. I'm like, oh, I crossed the finish line. I'm like, okay, this sucks. I'm still here. And actually, I need some people on my side. Get over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we're all in this situation. I haven't done anything anyone else can't do. You follow me? So we're all God said. Now, sign up with a trust, get God on your side, and then we can take advantage of all this. You know what I'm saying? Zeus with the numbers.
Zeus is saying, I'm tirelessly saving now to join. So he's
Good,
going to join.
good. We have EBT discount, veterans discount. You would work on those by emailing us. I'd be like, okay, hey, how do I get that veterans discount and stuff? Just write our email. Like that, we have some things for discounts. We also have where you go to checkout. There's shop pay. Like you could make it into like I think it's 5 different payments and so on, and you get
Yeah.
the information up front. So that may be helpful. We have a few things that can help out, maybe. So hopefully they do.
And TRT, here it is. TRT is saying that Chapter 7 is the easiest way to get out of the usury system.
Yeah, like I was saying, if the rules let you qualify to do that, yes. And so if you want to, go ahead. But I'm telling you, it probably is going to be a waste of money. So I don't want you to waste your money because just make a free call. Like this is what I did. Do I qualify in this state? Just say it. They can't be like, I'm telling the judge on you. No, they're lawyers. They can't tell you. You just tell them a straight up thing. Can I do this in this state? Just ask them for free. Call a bankruptcy. Oh, hey, I saw your ad. This is what I did. Will you do it for me? Simple question. But I'm saying it's rare when they're going to say yes. Okay, so sorry. What was Jay saying there? My bad. I'm
It's
sorry.
about the movie. They Live is a movie about fallen angels straight up to show them like dead skeletons once you put on special glasses.
Yeah, I recommend
Uh,
that one highly. That's a good thing, Robert, you brought up.
but a little testimonial. Frank's Garage says it's an excellent investment, Zeus.
It is. It pays back forever. It's so good.
All right. Zeus is a USMC vet and he has EBT.
You can't stack them, but good. So get that discount. Good. Email us and Tammy will help you sort out how to do it. And then maybe you could do it in a payment and say, great.
Andy's asking what's the EBT?
I think it's 50%. I think it's 50%, 50%. So I think EBT or veterans, either one. So I think that's what it is. I think. So, but check with Tammy. Might be 10, 15. I don't. Please check with Tammy. But I haven't looked in a while. So, but right, contact at liberty8academy.org. Hey, I heard you had a discount or whatever. It's probably on a website. But yeah, you email there. But, oh, hey, Jack was talking about a discount. What's the discount? So yeah.
Excellent. And then,
Oh, we're speeding along here.
yeah, got a lot of good questions coming in tonight.
Good.
Very good. Very good. EBT discount. Oh, just to clarify that the EBT, what that is specifically, that's the food discount program, right?
Yeah, that's SNAP, EBT,
Snap.
food stamps, like that. If you have one of those cards, we will honor that to give you a discount getting the courses here. If you're a veteran, you have that ID, we're going to honor that and give you a discount for becoming a student.
Yep. And Andy's just asked for that clarification.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything, detailed answers come from contact at liberty8academy.org, and that would be Tammy.
Yeah.
So she'll be happy to give you all the details of what's available, so that everybody can get in it and win it.
Absolutely.
And I'll just add personally that I joined right before I was going to get a big real estate check, and it paid for itself twice over by the time I did that. So it was fantastic. Scott wants a discount for a homeless senior.
That's funny.
He's already in, so he's just being silly.
Go in and look at the courses. We got stuff. Which one do you want to do next? What are you talking about? You want some SSI? You want some Section 8? What else you want up in here? We got this discounts to hand out to do from the government. That's funny, Scott. Good to have you, man.
Scott is not in the U.S. and doesn't stay anywhere for long, so he's a wanderer.
That's good.
So, yeah, it's quite an exciting life.
I used to wander, but now I know so much.
Yeah, good stuff. So just to recap everything, go get your personal credit worked out, and get that straight. Don't bury that just so that you can, live and everything like that, but build business credit or, your trust credit, because you're going to get good size business credit, has bigger amounts and everything when you build it up properly.
Yeah.
Than personal credit does.
Yeah, I'm gonna use an example I'm working on myself. Like, oh my God, I'm having a headache here getting insurance for this real estate. They want me to cut down the most beautiful live oak trees here. That's the reason I bought it. Oh, you could, I'm like, okay, yes, I want you out of my life, which means I need the mortgage out of my life, which means I need to pay it off, which it's not a big mortgage, but I'm going to have to, like, they're killing my insurance because I won't cut down the trees. So I have to get insurance at twice the amount.
Right.
Then it doesn't matter if I cancel it. I got to still pay the whole amount for the year. It's like, no. And then they're still going to want me to do all this stuff. So I'm like, no. I'm just going to pay off the mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I have to pay, like, my expenses here at Liberty Academy are huge every month. Like, paying for, paid advertising is like $50,000 every month. And then you got expenses for the school and all that stuff. So me letting it ride for say 2 months on my credit card and just let it accumulate debt over there so I could accumulate enough cash in my bank account to pay off the mortgage and get this headache out of my property, out of my hair, and insurance will pay off anyway. There's what a waste
Mhm.
of money. So I'm going to carry a huge balance on a great, business credit card. My personal credit would be destroyed. In fact, they'd cut back probably on all the
Yeah.
other, credit lines and stuff like, what are you doing out there? You know what I mean? You can carry like, 40 or 50 grand in balances, but see on the business one, they're like, hey, cool, and then you go pay it off, and then later they're like, hey, you want more money? Like they're trying to give you more credit as long as you're paying. You get a better credit rating for having had a high balance.
Right.
Like you get a better credit rating. And then if you pay it off, great. You know what I mean? And I mean, like the minimum. They're like, hey, you paid it on time. They don't care if you don't pay the whole thing down. So the annual fees are lower. Like one of my credit limits that I'm going to carry a lot on this. So with Amex right now is 44,000 credit limit. And another one I have is like 22. That's huge credit limits. I can sort this thing out with insurance and a mortgage and so on. And then I don't have nothing, I have unsecured everything. Who cares if my credit goes bad? I don't care. Mortgage is paid off, whatever. But that's not going to happen because I could carry this stuff over there. It's not going to affect me negatively. So situations can come up where this business credit can be extremely useful. No way I could do what I'm talking about without having done all this work ahead of time where I could do what I'm talking about. So you do this ahead of time. We have the courses. You can save giant sums of money, get rid of a mortgage like I'm doing, and other things that are headaches in your life too. Okay. I know we're getting to the end of our time here. So
Yeah. Last good comment was TRT says, leave the trees alone. The trees, the sun, and the air breathe more good vibes and health.
thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, so beautiful. Of course.
Very, very true. Very, very true.
It's just a way how to work it out. I was bringing up a real world example about how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, well, if my credit goes bad, so what? No mortgage. You know what I'm saying? No insurance, that kind of stuff. We do it for important situations where we need it. Okay. But until next week, I can't help you until you become a student. Get the trust, change your life. Why are you giving money to the IRS? What? I've been doing this like a decade. Add up all the money you gave away. Stop that nonsense. Save the money. Okay. I look forward to you becoming a student. Zeus and everyone else. Okay. Have a wonderful week until next week. John McCaig, and we got Tim Judge in the house.
Thank you. Thank you. Great to see everybody. Have a great and safe weekend. And we'll see you next week at 7 p.m. We'll all be here. Share the stream.